Oh, I feel so much better.
It's one of those.
Oh
I
man.
still do not understand how some of this crap gets on my Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, does that happen to you guys too? Just all of a sudden you're following something called the Babe Depository?
It's
Yeah,
probably someone retweeting it.
I don't know where that comes from, but it's like I look at my phone and it's, oh, great, there's boobs.
it
Like,
probably is
I,
someone retweeting it, but like, I run into the thing every once in a while where like I'll get a spam message and
Yeah.
I'll look at the person. It's like I've been following them for like 3 years. I don't even recognize this name. How
Yeah.
did
I
this
know.
even happen? Like, I feel like I've had that along with something else is I'm old now. I realize that, and we walked as we were walking back to the car after the parade yesterday. We passed by this restaurant, and it was you could tell it was a very trendy restaurant.
Mm.
And all it was a very very tiny room with like 30 people in it, and the loudest music you've ever heard. Like it was louder than the parade we were walking next to, and
Oh, so it was like Loomis Corner in Chicago.
people were like sitting in there happily ordering and like talking to each other and drinking. And I was like, I'm old. Holy
Yeah.
You're just
crap.
like, oh, kids.
Youths.
See, that's
Well,
how.
it's like whenever you walk across like Aeropostale, like they get hit with that vacuum of perfume or the expression
Yeah, and
or
you're just like,
whatever.
What
And
is
there's just
happening?
it's just thumping music. Like, what the fuck is happening? I just want to buy some underwear.
I just want to yell at you. What are you doing with your lives? And I remind myself, why am I in the mall? I'm old.
Yeah.
Back to Amazon.
Back to yes.
No one knows
I
how
just
old
order
I'm
everything
on
from-
Amazon.
Yeah, I just order everything from OldNavy.com.
Oh man, I'm wearing so many things from Old Navy on the regs.
Rocking in my. You know what? I'm really surprised because I just ordered a pair of linen pants from Old Navy.
Oh yeah.
They're so comfortable. You're in San Diego. We need to start wearing linen pants.
Yeah.
I'm serious. They're amazing.
Would my ass look good in linen pants? That's my real
Oh.
question.
I think you'd
Real.
rock it.
Look like two glorious hams.
Because like if they made loafers, oh dude, I got a story for you guys. All right,
Okay.
Yeah.
so you know the big salt mines up in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, well, Hannah, do you know what I'm talking about? There's two.
They're big. They're
there's
salt
two-
mines. I get it.
Did you know they're 2,300 feet below the Lake Erie?
That's pretty
Like
impressive.
underneath Lake Erie.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I was out at Morton Salt,
Okay.
and I had to. So I show up for this lead stuff. And it's like, all right, well, I call the guy on the phone. It's like, yeah, I'm here. Like, where we go? It's like, well, you gotta stop at the guard shack. You gotta watch a training video. So I proceeded to watch this training video of all the different ways I could die just walking around the property. By it was hilarious. The only way it was even better was the video was I gotta do this in was the brawny man
Oh no.
explaining this entire stuff.
Oh, the brawny man.
Hey
beats
there,
Adam
partner.
Sandler there.
So even better,
Mr. Clean show
I
up?
was in shorts.
Yeah.
So they made me wear a pair of overalls, a hard hat, and
That is the best
and
picture.
safety glasses. And safety glasses.
That is the happiest man on earth.
Oh,
That's
it's even
fantastic.
better. So I couldn't wear my shoes because they weren't steel-toed.
Mm,
So do you think the salt mine carries shoes in my size?
No.
no.
I had to cram my feet into 14.
You have
Three
to cram
sizes.
your feet into 14s.
Dude, you have never seen his feet.
3 sizes too small.
Jesus.
3 sizes. So there I am, Oh, sorry, Samson. Like walking around Cargill like the Duke, like,
With gout.
like all like clubfoot and shit. Like I was John Wayne and the whole thing. And this, like, I probably walked a mile around this place with my little like hammer
Tippy toes.
the whole time. I was in so much pain, and I was like, "Oh wait, there's this spot over here. Oh wait, this." I was like, "Dude, fucking stop!"
Dude, I'm going to kill myself. Where's the nearest machine that grinds salt?
And all this, dude, there's this awesome conveyor belt. I was like, "Hey, dude, can I Superman that thing?" It'd be a lot easier walking around this shit.
just someone screaming past. Whee!
I just want to go. Woo.
Yeah, just have it take me where it goes.
But yeah, there was that. And they, you know what? They don't let people in the mine anymore. I was so pissed. I couldn't talk my way into it.
Oh, really?
Like, I talked my way into at one of those smelting plants, Majestic Steel, to actually watching them pour like hot steel and rolling the thing up really fast. Like I was like,
That's
literally,
awesome.
I could have reached out and touched a roll of fucking molten steel.
How could you turn that
But I
down?
couldn't.
No one.
I couldn't talk my way into going down like the super elevator all the way to the bottom.
It's because you're not on dirty jobs,
so-
apparently.
Well, apparently it's a big liability thing. It's got nothing
I'm
to
sure.
do with
I would believe it.
Yeah.
or anything. I'm like, dude, it's not like I'm gonna lick the walls until they cave in. So can we just? I just want
As
to go down there
delicious
once.
as that sounds.
Yeah,
We could go right down and right back up. I'd be cool. He's like, sorry, bro.
that's your version of just the tip. I just want to like be in it. I just want to go to.
I just want to.
Baby, can I just like go in the salt mine for like a minute? Oh, while I'm down here, what's that cool machine over there? And next thing you know, you're just working there.
I was like,
I don't know. He gets a paycheck, but I've.
where's my canary in the cave?
Yeah.
We need to get moving.
Oh God.
But like I was shocked on how big it was. Like, and I had no idea it was that deep.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm surprised.
Dude, I want to get one of those cars where I got drive where I'm like completely laid out, just like just maybe put the suicide wheel on it, like the little
Yeah.
knob.
Oh God. All right, are we
That
ready
was
to
an
start this thing?
interesting week.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
totally. Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, good times. I needed that. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Going around the room, we got Knobs.
What's
I
up?
forgot who I said first. How you doing? All right,
Doing all right.
and we got the Hannah.
Hey.
Both of them ending this 2-week-long feud that they have. They
Yes.
finally met in the middle.
It was
Realized
easy.
we met in
You
the
know what?
salt mines.
You know- Yeah, melting in the salt mines, and I was dugging it up, and
Yeah.
Seriously, people, watch the live stream.
Yeah, you should just watch the live stream, watch on YouTube. It's a pretty.
was it live stream?
Oh yeah, that was live. All right, before we repeat what that was, since that's the least inappropriate for the show, Knobs, what have you been playing?
This is too funny.
I'm already writing down Monday Night Game Night, Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Oh man, Battlefield 4 this last week was probably the raunchiest we have ever been.
Oh man, keeping
was
it blue.
Dude, it was oh no, it wasn't 3 hours. It was like an hour and a half of just the most innuendo-laced conversation I think we have ever had amongst the gamers. And I guess the line of the night, according to Donnie, was I guess after we had all went to bed because we had to get up and do things sometimes. It was Donnie, Tomsy, and Scott. And this was all hearsay. So, we were all joking around saying like nasty stuff all night, like
You
I
do.
can't even repeat some of it. Like we do, like the conversation we had about 2 minutes ago about other things, like leading up to stuff. But I guess at one point, Donnie was off doing his own thing, and Tomsy and Scott were hanging out in like some Jeep, and I guess Tomsy's like, well, where do you want to go? And the guy's like, Scott's like, I don't care. He's like, no, seriously, which direction you want to go? And I guess Scott said, how about we go to your mom's? And just so, like, matter-of-factly, Donnie just lost his mind laughing. I wish I was there to hear him cackle for, like, 5 minutes about it. But that was the capstone to the evening, but I wish I was there for it, because it was, I would have died. Because we had said some dumb stuff that night.
That's fantastic.
Which is probably the best part about Monday night, because something we said that's so innocent, and it just gets twisted, and it just follows this chain of, like, just bad joke after bad joke after bad joke, till they're so bad
until it just starts looping around, and it's the funniest thing you've heard.
It's so bad.
It's like the proper progression that it starts off with "that's what she said" jokes,
of course,
to Ed Norton stand up nasty. Like, it's just
wait, Ed Norton does stand up?
Or Jim Norton. Sorry,
I was like, wait, what?
It turned into. I think there were a few tranny jokes in there at some point, but
things got real weird.
It got real weird, but in the best way, because it was so funny.
Yeah,
it was so funny. It was one of those rare nights where we just literally, like, we were playing games, just laughing the entire time.
Yeah,
very cool.
No one was upset about dying or just like the battlefield rage or anything, but we were just having
a good time.
Having a good time. Well, that's the thing with the battlefield rage. I think it's the BFR. We're gonna call it the condition.
Yep.
It's that game is so streaky. Like, you could be playing that game and just be angry with the world, and then you'll kill 2 guys in a row and feel like a monster. Like, you're just
worship me.
Like, I am death incarnate, and I am just gonna take these points and just I
am he who eliminates.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like now I'm back to running around with this regular assault rifle and my little defibrillators, because, like, I just love going hee dink hee dink and just picking dudes up left and right. I love it. It's so much fun. It is so, like, I love playing a medic in that game. And just, like, stacking up ribbons and medals and stuff. It's fun.
Nice.
The other game that I played this week was. I'm a little further into Saints Row the Third again.
Oh yeah,
that game is so good. There's moments in that game that I don't think can be replicated in any other game other than that, and not even like story points, because I mean the actual campaign is so absurd in the best ways.
Yeah.
But just the random absurdness that happens in that game, I don't understand how anyone could even match that at all, because I was driving, or I was walking, like, I just finished a mission, I was walking, I was like, I need to get in the car. And as I do, like, the best carjack move, like the Superman through the window into the driver's seat.
Yep.
Like you do.
I landed into a car with someone listening to Flight of the Valkyrie, and I giggled the entire way, because I didn't change. I was kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. like as I'm driving through Steelport, I'm like, I didn't do anything but drive around till that song was over, because I was enjoying it that much.
That's phenomenal.
God, that game.
It's unbelievable. Like, I went back, I finished the Deckers Must Die mission again, and that is one of the best game moments in gaming. It's so dumb.
Easily.
Yeah.
And Timos, what the hell? It's just...
It's so dumb. Oh my god.
That's a character that it's unbelievable that someone had thought of that, and that thing exists.
And that someone said, you know what? I think that's a good idea. Let's go spend millions of dollars making that.
Yeah.
Let's go get a purple-clad pimp with an auto-tuned voice box.
Yep.
And it is the best thing in the world when you run into Zemos.
Oh yeah. Man. He's great.
Oh man, it's and even his crib. Like I had totally forgotten that his crib was like decked out with the shark with the gold grill.
Oh, that's right.
And the pimp hat and the giant Z necklace hanging off.
Oh my god,
very cool.
It's so ridiculous. It's
so
ridiculous.
Stupid.
It's ridiculous in the best ways. So
Man.
probably as I finish Saints Row the third, I'm probably gonna play through the fourth again because why not?
I mean, you
Yeah,
kind of have to at that point.
you really do.
Man.
Yeah, no. Like what's the Keith Anderson playing Keith Anderson or
Yeah,
whatever?
as the president.
Keith David.
Keith David. Oh, he's the vice president. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's the vice president. Keith David as Keith David.
Yeah.
Like
Oh God.
I still love Keith David from like the first movie I remember him seeing was Men at Work, with Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen. I don't know if you've ever
Oh,
seen that
right.
movie. That is such a great movie where he's the supervisor of these two garbage men. And they get in that scene in the diner where he just reaches across and grabs that dude's fries. He's like, I'm gonna tell you, son, there's several sacred things in this world. One just happens to be another man's fries. And that crazy Keith David voice.
The first movie I think I ever recognized him in was There's Something About Mary, where he's Mary's dad.
What do you mean? I choose pork with beans.
Oh, so good. All right, anything else you played this week?
I was playing minor, but whatever.
Yeah.
MINER, not OR.
Right. Let's to clarify.
Yeah, that's a bit of a clarification you got to make.
All right, Hannah, what have you been playing these
Oh,
past weeks?
I have not been playing as much as I should have because I've been working a ton, and I was on vacation for like 4 days. But I did sneak in. I picked up Another World for Vita, the 20th anniversary
yeah.
edition. Game is so much better with a D-pad. I played like the first beginning of it, like sort of like the opening sequence where you go to the lab and you get transported to wherever, and then you get captured. I got to that point. So I didn't play a whole ton of that. I also picked up Legend of Dragoon for 99 cents off the PlayStation Store last week, I want to say.
Yeah.
And played like the very beginning of that, because I've actually never played that one.
Yeah, neither have I. I think I played the intro and hated it around the
really?
time it came out, but I don't think I had a good reason. I think like I was such a Square fanboy that I was it's not a JRPG made by Square. I can't possibly enjoy it. Like this art JRPG hipster.
Yeah, the combat reminds me of Lost Odyssey a lot.
Oh, all right.
It's very similar because you have to time the key press with a sort of. It's almost like
Shrinking circle.
Yeah, it's like a shrinking like square that like sort of rotates and goes around. It's sort of like when you're timing something in Watch Dogs almost.
Oh, okay.
Sort of the same idea. Played a little bit of Splunky as well on vacation just to sort of pass the time. And man, am I out of practice. I couldn't even get past the caves.
Yeah, I was thinking of firing that up the other day. For some reason, I thought that I would fire that up on the PS4. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll just play that. But it's not out on that yet.
Oh yeah, it's not.
So I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just go play some Pinball Arcade then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Never mind.
I played a bunch more FF5 for the 4-Job Fiesta.
How far are you now?
I am officially in World 2. I just got past the Battle at the Big Bridge.
Nice. With the best piece of music from Final Fantasy ever.
Yeah, totally. And that's going pretty well. My Earth Crystal job is Samurai.
Yes.
So I'm going to be broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, what's Zen Engage? And it was just like, everything's dead. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, I
Wait
just
a
did
minute.
5,000 damage. Oh, wait, I lost like 15,000 gil. Well,
Yeah.
at least the crystals would be easy
Yeah,
and make you feel better.
for sure. It's going to be really, really interesting. I'm going to have to do a lot of grinding and a lot of money earning because I'm going to have to buy a lot of healing items because I don't have a healer.
So the great part about that actually is a lot of the weapons. This is what I did on my previous run. Is a lot of the weapons that you pick up, your party can't use. So just sell all that stuff. You make so much money.
Yeah, that's generally what I plan on doing. It's pretty much what I do in the first place.
Yeah.
But I can't remember exactly where I'm at. It's been like a couple days since I turned that thing on because I've just
Second
been...
World gets a little confusing. Anyway.
Yeah. I think I'm right outside like the first major town you get to, and I'm still grinding because I was like, I know exactly how much money I'm going to need to make here before I move on. So I want to have a nice bankroll of probably like 100,000 gil before I move on.
Yeah.
And that'll take a while where I'm at, because I think it's like if, some of the fights are like, oh, 400 some odd gil per fight, and then there's one fight that you get almost constantly out there. It's like 1,200,
Oh, nice.
which is just like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna grind those guys for a while.
Yeah.
And of course, I still can't run away from fights, so I may as well use that to my advantage.
Right.
Oh no!
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's why it's taken so long.
Yeah. Crap.
Gonna have some problems later.
Yeah, you will.
Thinking about maybe replacing that trigger on my DS. Might not be a bad investment to
Yeah,
finish
that
this thing out.
sounds like it might be a good idea now.
Yeah, I actually got the replacement part bookmarked on my browser. It's like right in the bookmarks bar on Chrome.
Nice.
Yeah. So played a whole bunch of that. And of course, yesterday was the TVGP Chicago meetup at Galloping Ghost Arcade, which was a ton of fun. I want to shout out to the other Jay-Z, Nintendork, of course, and Nintendork's wife. Were both there. They came in from, I think it was a 3-hour drive.
Wow.
And it was fantastic. We also met up with Infinity Chicken and Poke Chop Salad, and Old Emo was going to try and make it out, but unfortunately he couldn't. He got stuck working. I think that was everybody. If I forgot anyone, I'm deeply sorry.
I'm sorry that I don't like you. Ha ha ha.
But we were there for quite a while. We played a very large selection of games, and we actually recorded sort of like a supplementary episode for the podcast after everything was said and done. It was myself, Nintendork, Infinity Chicken, Nintendork's wife, and the other Jay-Z.
Nice.
And we all sat around and just talked about Galloping Ghost and all the games we played. So I won't get too deep into that here, because it was, I think we ended up recording for like an hour 15.
Good. Yeah, that'll show up once the Hannah sends it over and I master it. It'll show up in the feed.
Yep.
Did you? One quick question though, as maybe as a teaser for that episode. Did you guys play Primal Rage 2?
Yes, we did.
Is it good?
It's not bad.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah, it feels fairly. It feels like it was getting there as a game. Like it clearly wasn't finished.
Yeah.
But it's like all the pieces are there. All the moves are there. The characters are there.
All the farts are there.
all the turning into dinosaurs are there.
Yeah.
And me and Jay-Z played a few rounds of that.
Nice.
We go into that during that conversation. We also played a couple of. We played quite a few interesting games. They've got some really interesting stuff there.
What's the weirdest thing you played?
A networked set of 3 cabinets that was a game very similar to Unreal Tournament. Wow. That had sort of a theme like Monday Night Combat.
Huh.
It was really cool. It was called The Grid, and we talk about it a bunch.
Wow. Well, keep an eye out in the feed on your favorite podcatcher for that fantastic episode.
Yep.
4-player NFL Blitz?
Yes,
oh
that
my
happened.
God.
We also had some 4-player NBA Jam.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did they have an Arch Rivals cabinet?
Yeah. Actually, I think Jay-Z talks about that a little bit. He played some of it.
Nice.
What would be the... did they have... Boston, you remember that tank game we used to play in the Dreamcast all the time?
You know what? I'm trying to remember what it is, because I just watched it on eBay the other day, and I don't remember...
Because, I remember Sturgis and I used to play that game all the time.
God, what was that game called?
Oh, man.
I don't remember, but I remember loving that game.
Yeah, that game was so cool, because that was the one you could actually play on your Dreamcast with people that were playing in the arcades.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that was such a cool game.
That sounds
like
fantastic.
Alien Assault or something. I can't remember what it was.
Crazy.
I don't remember.
It was just a really interesting tank game.
That was during the days where Sega was actually going really crazy, like with the... I don't think it was Blitz, but it was Blitz, where you could plug your VMU into it.
Yes.
And you could play your home players on the arcade machine and vice versa.
The Blitz machine at Galloping Ghost actually has a slot for the N64 memory pack.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish I would have
did
had
that for
one.
N64, Dreamcast, and I think at one point maybe PS2?
Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know if it got that far.
I don't know if it did.
God, so crazy.
Yeah.
Anywho, so keep an eye out for
Probably
that
awesome.
episode. That'll be coming hopefully in the next couple days.
Yeah, definitely. And the last thing I played was before coming on here. I played a little bit of the Destiny beta. I
Ooh.
got a code from Musim, thank you very much. That was just a direct download on PS4, and my God, that game's pretty.
Yeah, my fiance and I have been playing that for the last couple days here, and it's basically the alpha plus more stuff. I would have
Yeah,
liked to have seen maybe something a little bit more different, but there's still a lot there. But
yeah.
man, that is still a hell of a fun time.
It is. So my thing is, like, I knew it was like some sort of weird, like, hybrid multiplayer. It's like, it's an MMO, guys.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just say it. It's an MMO. It's not a bad word.
I think, I think for a lot of people that have liked their games, MMO is a four-letter word. I
Really?
think it's a scary thing, and I think with the term MMO comes server outages and griefing and
Okay, yeah.
these big worlds and monthly fees.
Oh,
I think there's a lot
okay.
there where they say, "Oh, it's our new MMO," and everyone goes, "Nah,
Nope.
when's Halo 5 coming out? Oh, you guys don't make
Yeah.
that anymore. Crap." I feel like if they say like, "Oh, it's a connected first player," they can't say like, "Hey, it's Borderlands 2 an MMO," which basically it is.
Yeah.
But I think they're pretty much using the terms that would explain, "Hey, it's a Borderlands MMO."
hmm
But it's from the guys that made other games you like.
Yeah. It very much feels like a Halo game.
Which is so surprising to me that I'm really enjoying it because I'm trying, in the back of my mind, I'm trying to chew through why I didn't enjoy the Halo games and why I'm enjoying this game so much. And I
I don't
don't.
know.
The shooting feels very similar. It feels
hmm
very much like a Bungie first-person shooter, but I think I might just not like the Halo universe, or
Mm.
how or maybe you put some quest stuff in there and you give me an experience bar and some numbers popping out of the dudes, and apparently I'll play anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
think
got to
it's a
get those
fair thing
check
to say.
boxes up.
Totally.
Yeah. I really love the interface for Destiny.
Yes, I do too.
It's fantastic. I love what they've done with. They don't just have like a cursor to select like around the boxes. You don't have to guess like a tab order for them.
Right.
They just give you like a cursor in the middle of the screen, and it feels like stiff enough to like handle like targeting menu items without problem. I really like the character, like the equipment screen works really well.
Yep.
It's exactly like you would expect a character equipment screen to look on a PC game.
The only thing I don't like about characters is you can't rotate your character when you're making them.
Yeah,
That
which was
seems
a little
really
annoying.
weird.
I picked a hairstyle that I'm completely unhappy with because of that. I was like, oh, that looks cool from the front, and then you turn to the side, it's got the Skrillex thing going on.
Oh,
It's
nice.
just like shaved on the side. I'm like, ah, all right. Fine.
The only thing I hope is that in the final version they'll have, the equivalent of the World of Warcraft barber, where it's like you can just change
Yeah.
your entire look. Who
Yeah.
cares? It's space. We figured out the nano machines. Whatever.
Nano machines.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played a whole bunch of that before this. I got up to the third story mission, I want to say.
Yeah.
And that I sort of tapped out because you get in this area and everything goes pitch black and these dudes come out of nowhere and I died and I was like, yeah, I gotta go do something else.
Yeah.
But it's a really solid game. I don't know if it's spend $500 million marketing solid,
Yeah.
but it's good. It's definitely worth a look if you're interested.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody that got beta codes for PS3 and PS4, and I'm fairly sure 360 and Xbox One will be the same way next week.
Yeah,
They get 3 download codes.
yeah,
So pester your friends.
for sure. But that's pretty much all I played. It's been pretty light the last couple of weeks, unfortunately.
I have spent a bunch more time streaming Final Fantasy V, my second run here.
Nice.
For those that didn't listen last week, I'm doing a random run. So when you get your first crystal, it picks jobs from there. When you get your second crystal, it picks it from first and second. Third is first, second, and third, so on and so forth. I got a really weird party. I got all 4
Yeah?
of my jobs now. So I have Blue Mage,
Ooh.
Black Mage, Berserker, and Summoner.
Ooh.
So I got a super weird and I think this is the the least synergistic group that I've had in a long time.
Yeah,
Blue
there's not a
Mage
lot
and
of.
Black Mage are the closest, but everybody else pretty far from doing anything.
Yeah, I remember my first run. I got that weird wild card at the end too. I think I got like chemist,
Oh yeah, nice.
and it was just like, here, break the game.
Yeah, here just throw these two things together and things die.
Yeah,
Funny because every time you guys talk about this game, I hear a class that I have never heard before.
Yeah, like
yeah,
Summoner. And it's sort of like, wait, what? Like that's a
Well,
class.
chemist.
Yeah, I mean, like Summoner is a class I never play with. Same with Chemist, and both of those two, the Summoner less so, but the Chemist basically takes two common ingredients you pick up in the world,
yeah,
and they combine them into stuff. And there are some rather rare ingredients that, in certain cases, like every class in this game, will totally break the game open. And there's one
yeah,
combo of items that will one-shot the final boss.
yeah. There's my favorite thing to do with the chemist was I forget. I think it was like one of the potions like doubled your levels.
Yeah, something like
And
that.
you can like double the effect of potions with a chemist. So I would just toss those potions out at the beginning of a fight,
Yep.
and it was madness because I'd be like level 25 and just destroying
Yeah.
things.
That game is so crazy. I mean, it's just. I mean, Knobs kind of hit that nail on the head with what I love about it. Is sort of like, oh, Summoner. I don't think I've ever really spent time with a Summoner. It's like, oh, okay. Well, this class is also incredibly powerful and pretty super
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah,
Yep.
this will be fun.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. My fiance and I played a bunch of the Destiny beta. I created one of each of the classes. Still like the Hunter the best.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing.
Something about it. I like the Titan a lot.
Hmm.
They feel very, very stocky. I like the punch. It's just like across across some alien's jaw, just like this straight out bap. I don't really, something about the Warlock isn't really clicking with me. I think their grenade is super fantastic since it does
Hmm.
constant damage in this little bubble.
Nice.
But there's something about the Hunter that I really like. Maybe I like wearing capes. I don't know.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
You never trust a man in a cape.
Well, yeah. I mean, this one's gonna shoot you, so good life lesson. But yeah, there's I think the thing that surprised me the most is I think the thing that's funny is Bungie came out and reminded everybody, like, yeah, this isn't a playable demo. This is still a beta. Like, this game for me has been totally broken, and the alpha has
Yeah.
been fine. Like, yesterday I was playing a little bit as my Titan, and I kept getting kicked out. And when I'd get kicked out, it would just crash the app. And it's like, okay, well, still a beta. Hey, what's going on there? Beta alert.
Got to eject from my Titan really quick.
Yeah, man.
My phone was literally right under the microphone.
Jeez. The thing that I sort of wish they did differently, but I understand from their perspective why they're doing it is, I wish the missions and the area you were in were different than the alpha, because
Yeah.
one of the missions is literally the first one you did in the alpha, which is fine. It's a fine mission, but it's kind of, I'd like to see something different because the opening CG from the game shows people discovering the Traveler on the moon or on Mars, and it's like, oh, okay, can I go there? And they show the moon on the map, but you can't quite go there yet where I'm at in the game. So it's sort of like, okay, well, I'm kind of interested in that. So can I see any? I'm hoping that with the stuff that they say they'll continually be doing throughout the beta, that they'll open it to a lot more of those areas. Because I'm glad there's such a long wait between the beta and the actual release, because otherwise I'd be like, oh, I'm going through the same tutorial. Like, oh god, okay.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit too repetitive, but I feel like with how much I'm enjoying it through the alpha and the beta, by the time that September comes, I'm gonna lock myself in my house and just play the crap out of this game.
Yeah.
So And the last game I played a bunch of Pinball Arcade. That
cool.
game is, man, it's so good. They actually just opened up. They're gonna open up another Kickstarter for something else. What was it? I don't even remember. The cool thing about what that company does, for people that don't know, is they license the tables one by one. And every time they go to license the table, they go to Kickstarter and they say, if you want to see this table, this is how much it costs for us to license it, and how much it would cost for us to create it. And if you want to see it in the game, fund it. If you don't put your money behind it. We won't license it. We won't make it.
Cool.
So it's, to me, that seems like the real best way about Kickstarter, where it's like, okay, we have this, the same thing that Rock Band was doing, where it has this shell, it has this framework, and you're just pushing these tables into it every once in a while. And man, on PS4, it's great.
Nice.
It's so good. Everybody, please go. I don't think the shell is free on PS4, but I think you get a bunch of tables with it. It's only a couple of bucks. But each one of the table packs is really reasonable. You don't have to buy the pro versions, so you can just spend a couple of bucks for like 3 or 4 tables. If you never got a chance to play the Williams collection, this is it plus more tables.
Nice.
They don't have like the classic tables that the Williams collections had. Like it doesn't have that old wooden one.
Oh, Jive Time?
Yeah, it doesn't have Jive Time, which of course I don't know why you would make that again. But it has stuff like No Good Gophers. It has Black Hole. It has Black Knight, Medieval Madness, of course. I mean, it has all of the tables you want, and then it has new stuff like Bride of Pinbot. It has the Star Trek Next Generation table.
Nice. That's one I would buy.
It's really good. It has all the original voice samples. Like, when they go to make that table, they don't make a table that's less than. Like, they say, oh, we couldn't license Jean-Luc Picard's voice samples, so it has everybody else has data, right, guys? It's like, well, no, that's not good. And like, that's not. They try to archive these tables, by putting them in this framework. And I've been meaning to download the iPad version because I want to see if I bought them on the PS4. Does my Pinball Arcade account work on the iPad for me to play it on that as well?
Oh man, that'd be sweet.
That would be great. I don't know if it does, so nobody don't sue me or anything.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of thing I'd want to check out.
Yeah, I totally just downloaded the shell for free on PS4, by the way.
It's funny that virtual pinball like game setup is the best way to put. It's like how pinball was intended to be played. because it works and it doesn't have any of the screwy quirks that individual tables have, like years of abuse.
Yeah, it doesn't have like all the ruts in the table, and one flipper doesn't work. Or, I mean, even the game has a call attendant option if your ball gets stuck. I mean, you can still nudge the table. I mean, there's so much great stuff. And like the Hannah just said, on PS4, I think it's on PS4, PS3, 360, and Xbox One. I think it's on Xbox One, and I know it's on iOS, Android, and PC. The shell is free, and I think you get a table or 2 with it if you want.
Let's find out.
So you can just go try it for free. And if you've ever loved a pinball machine, they've probably have that in the game. They don't have my favorite pinball machine in there, but I'm hoping one day that their archivists will get to the point where they can get to, was it Rusty and Reds? I don't even remember what that pinball machine is called. It's dumb and it's terrible, and I love it.
Nice.
I'd like to see them get Firehouse or the T2.
Yeah, I feel like T2 is probably one that they've continually been working on, but it's probably one of those things where they say, okay, well, you can have the T2 arcade machine for like $2.5 million, and they're like, well, we have like 10 people working here. That's not, and they're like, okay, see you later. Yeah. But the last game I played is I finished Infamous Second Son, all in like one sitting. I just finished the back third of that game. Nice. That last power you get is kind of lame. I think they should have either stuck you with the 2 powers or given you more time with the third one.
Yeah.
But I was kind of done with the game at that point. Not in a bad way, but the game's story is so deliberately paced. It's not necessarily fast, but they don't have any like filler missions. You're not just
No,
like
they
walking
really
around
don't.
taking pictures of stuff. Yay, like there's never anything you're doing in there that you don't really want to do. So by the time you get to that point, you go through an incredibly lengthy boss battle to get that power. And then you get it, and then the game is kind of over, which is fine. But I feel like the Hannah and I should probably do a spoiler cast at some point about the ending of this, because I completely do not agree with the way that the ending for the good karma ending went.
Yeah.
I feel like that is... I get what the game is going, because the game's whole thing is down with the man, anti-establishment.
Yeah.
No matter what. And I feel like, to me, that kind of bit the story in its own butt at the end. Which I was kind of not really disappointed by, but I feel like there could have been, like Infamous 1 and 2, I feel like there could have been a much more interesting story told by taking advantage of information that was learned at the very ending. Instead of just being like, whatever, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I was like, well, crap.
Yeah.
Not the decision. I was hoping there would be one more choice for me to make at the end, and the choice was, how do you like this terrible cover of heart-shaped box over the credits?
Oh,
And my
that
answer
was so
was
bad.
the mute button. It was bad. I don't know who did that cover. I don't think I saw the credits say who did it, but
I'm sure there was a reason for that.
oh man, you should have licensed the original if you're going to go that way.
Yeah, Dave Grohl's cool, guys. He'll totally license it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Unless Courtney Love owns the rights to that, then I totally get it.
I think you know the answer to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I decided I finished that on, I think it was Friday night. And yesterday we had a really long day, and my fiance and I didn't really want to play Destiny together. So I said, all right, I've never played an Infamous game, Evil. And I feel like I have like half of the trophies.
Okay.
So why don't I go through and at least experience what the Evil playthrough is? Let's see if it's... I was expecting it to be like Mass Effect, where you're kind of a jerk. In Infamous, you were a monster.
Yeah.
Like, you are an evil Super D. Like, I just... when you walk around, for those
Are
that
you
play...
writing that down?
What's that?
Oh, yeah.
Probably. For people who have played Infamous, Second Son also has this stuff where you walk around and you'll find people like, oh, I'm on the ground, Delson, help me. And you can either heal them for good karma or do something to them for bad karma. I didn't realize that something was to boot them 12 feet away. Like, you just walk up to them and they're like, boof, and they just fly off. I thought it would be like, oh, I'm going to zap you like in one of the previous Infamous. No, you kick them. You kick them so hard they fly.
They saw the curvature of the earth.
Exactly. Airing our sexy laundry. So I was just like...
Is there anyone at this game you haven't slept with?
Yeah. So I'm sort of like, I was expecting to be a jerk, but this is really something else. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep playing though. I'm gonna play this out, see if there are any redeeming qualities for this character whatsoever. Nope. When you play the Evil Karma playthrough, you are like, when you play the good playthrough, you have, especially when you get the neon power, you have options on the character for like, oh, here's the thing to kill them, or here's the thing to incapacitate them. And with smoke, you can shoot people in the head, and it will incapacitate them.
Yeah.
Not with evil. You are just killing them.
Yeah.
Like, every single person, you are out to kill them. If, when the people hold up their hands, they're like, no, I surrender. You go up and you press square to do the evil karma. You blow their head off.
Yeah.
Like, it is just flat. Like, but the crazy thing about it is, the frustrating part that I found playing the good karma was trying to get the karma bomb charged, because you'd have to do like 6 or 7 good karmic events to get this superpower attack charged up. The thing about the evil playthrough is you have to just do 7 horrible things, and this skull with red eyes on the screen starts laughing, and you just pull out your special move.
Wow.
But the great part about evil things is part of the evil things are killing dudes. So all you need to do is just walk in, kill like 7 dudes, and just do this power bomb, kill 7 more, and do another one.
Oh.
So you're way overpowered. So
That seems about right.
But you're the
yeah, it does.
but you're just the worst.
But you're just the like you. I feel like I'm kicking puppies every time that. Like you go up and someone's like, "Oh, Delson, please help me." And you're like, "Nope."
So never underestimate the power of the dark side.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like a horrible person because I kind of want to keep playing it to see how far down the rabbit hole goes, because at the very beginning of the game, this is certainly not a spoiler, your first big decision is, hey, here's the bad guy. Are you going to sell out your people to save yourself, or are you going to take the brunt of her attacks to save your people? And when I did the evil karma route, he was pretty much like, yeah, whatever. I don't even care. Oh, you guys got hurt? Great. And sort of like, see you later. I'm going to Seattle.
Suck it.
Pretty much like that. That might have actually been a line in basically what he was responded to the bad guy about. So it's sort of like, I don't know. I'm glad I played the good playthrough first, but now I kind of want to see if that cutscene changed for the evil playthrough. How are some of these other cutscenes going to change with, like, talking to Fetch, talking to Eugene, like how's this game going to end? If I didn't agree with the good karma ending,
You're gonna love the bad one.
yeah, how is this? What disaster is this going to be? So, like I'm just watching a train wreck at this point, like a 20-hour train wreck. So
I see that.
I will have more to report next week, probably, for whatever the hell happens here.
Nice.
But that's all I've been playing, so let's take a break.
Cool.
Water.
Oh, I need water.
Dude, it is hot as balls in here.
Yeah, I'm having that same problem.
It's been cool here for like the first time in weeks.
Oh, feels like a whale's vagina.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go jack the AC. I'll be right back.
All right.
What are you guys doing? Just jacking it.
It's dragging the AC.
Just jacking it.
Hi, everyone in chat. How's everyone doing?
Oh, fuck, man.
Good time. Just want to wrap this up so I can go either play some Destiny or play some Infamous.
Oh. Oh, dicks. Yeah, the rest of my house is like an icebox, except for this room because of this nuclear reactor over here.
That's the same way that my house is. These two windows that are in this room, for some reason, seem to magnify any light that comes near this house.
Well, it's just like it's like lava. Like
Yeah.
just if
Poke Chop Salad asks if I've played Shovel Knight yet. Yeah, I'm actually streaming it. I've gotten 2 or 3 hours into it, I think. I'll send over my. Check out more of my biz there. That's where my streaming biz happens.
Ooh. Pushpin. That'll work.
Ooh, piece of candy.
My buddy Jim just opened. Did I tell you about what happened with him?
I don't think so.
My coworker that got in an accident over the 4th of July weekend. He just opened his eyes for the first time yesterday.
Oh, nice.
A little 2-foot fall into the water knocked this dude the fuck out.
Jeez.
I cannot wait to watch this. I'm so excited.
What is it? Oh, man. Is that the animated?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to Best Buy to buy stuff now. Like, just not even... Like, I bought...
I thought that movie was okay.
and Out of the Furnace.
I don't know what that is.
It's Christian Bale being Christian Bale, I guess.
That'll be okay.
I think it'll be nominal.
It's like going to see
So I've completely given up on these stupid little dust covers.
You just throw them out.
I'm done with them.
Yeah. They're too hard to get back on.
Well, something too hard to get back on. It makes everything like I want my shelf to look uniform.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like same cases. Like, why are there 3 different styles of Blu-ray cases? I mean, to be honest, like what the? Yes.
I haven't bought a Blu-ray in so long. I have no idea.
Like, I mean, it's something stupid, but it drives me nuts because you'll have like the. Hold on, I'm deboning this thing.
Wait, what?
Getting the bones off of a DVD case.
Okay.
But no,
what
like,
did I miss? What did he kill?
No, nothing.
A fish.
Yeah, still seems great. But no, but yeah, like there's ones that have that little piece, but you open it up and then you have to fold it in.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
Like there's those, and then there's other ones that just because this one just feels like if it's a new release, it gets like the really good case, and then where this like the Blu-ray letters are raised, and then you get the cheap ones where it's not. I was like, just unify it. Come on.
The only thing that drives me crazy lately is the Xbox One cases.
Yeah.
What the disc on the wrong side?
Yeah, what monster decided that discs now go on the left side?
That's not okay.
Who are you?
Like it was like I was surprised every time I've gone in there. I've been like, what? Damn it! I got to debone this one.
Yeah, because like every time you open it, you're like, oh, I'm gonna reach on the manuals. Why does what? It's just.
That's not okay. There's
you know what?
You don't get to
was
just
sick.
choose. You don't get to decide that for humanity.
That's not your job.
Yeah.
Is there a better feeling of getting it off in one piece? Like
Nope.
it is. That is just the best. I hated when they. I think they made them worse when they serrated them to make them easier to get off. It made them harder
Yeah.
because then it gets those little chunks.
Ugh.
When I worked at Game Crazy and GameStop, actually GameStop only, Game Crazy never did this, but when you had to gut games, like the brand new games, to put a display copy out on the shelf, I hated doing it every time. I'd make
Just
somebody
hurts my
else do
soul.
it. We would literally just take a box cutter and go from the top corner here and all the way around and just strip it.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Well, I mean,
it still just it hurts my soul having to have done that.
Like I really do enjoy pulling the actual bones off, though. I mean, it's just when you get that one rip, it just and it comes off in one shot.
Yeah.
It's
So you
the
just won the
greatest.
lottery.
And remember the ones they used to have on CDs where they actually had that one plastic thing that was just wide enough and had one little razor blade on it, and you just went around the outside of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think what was it, HMV that used to give those out?
I think it was, yeah.
Sounds right.
Oh man, and I still take these little things out too. Out of all my media,
Yep.
I don't need the man watching me.
Right.
Oh, excuse me. All right, you guys ready to kick this pig?
Yes.
Yep.
Sir. I'll do digital copy stuff over here.
I will redeem you later.
Yes, sir. All right.
Oh, I must have closed my show notes tab. Hold on.
Control Shift T.
Really, that's it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the summer drought, man.
Yep. Catching up.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready?
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
All
ready?
Yeah.
I'm just getting.
Just getting in the mode in the game.
Getting in the headspace.
Yep.
I don't know. My head's borked right now, but fuck it. All right. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for July 21st, 2014. Oddworld, new and tasty for the PlayStation 4.
I am so excited for this. I thought this was just a remake of the first Oddworld game.
Yeah.
But actually, they went through and they not only remade the first one, but they have done a ton of improvements to it.
Okay.
First and foremost is there are difficulty options now.
Oh, sweet.
They have the original difficulty, but they have 2 lower than that. So the first time, you don't get one shot killed anymore on the lower difficulties. You get at least a couple of options. I don't know.
That was the worst.
I don't know if I'll play it that way because I kind of like the puzzle aspect of the original.
Yeah.
But this is definitely coming to other platforms. It just comes to PS4 first for some exclusivity reason. But I'm kind of really looking forward to playing through the first Oddworld game again because that game was really great.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Yeah,
you
was,
guys loved it as much as I did.
I never
Well,
played it.
I mean,
You really
played
should.
like 5 minutes of it.
I
yeah.
only played like small bits of it to the point where I would get stuck with the little finger mouth dog thing.
Yep.
Like the first time you run into those, like I F those things.
Those games are such. The first 2 games are such great puzzle platforming games that I would really recommend people that either haven't played them or never really clicked with the original to kind of pick this one up and give it another shot. Hopefully,
Yeah,
they
I
have a
think-
demo.
Yeah, I really think that's something that like I kind of like that stuff now. Not as much as I did when those games came out.
Yeah,
Like,
when
I
you just wanted to like.
I think
play a
I've matured
platformer.
enough to enjoy an Oddworld game.
Yeah.
All right. And for the U.S. release for the week of July 21st, 2004, Sudoku for the Xbox.
That,
Sudeki?
I don't actually know. That game was really weird because I think that game's legacy was, hey, you guys like Final Fantasy VII, right? We got one, and everyone was
Oh,
like, no, you don't.
It's that game? Okay. I know what it is now.
It has like that lady on the front with like that purple and gold armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone was like, all right, Xbox finally, yeah, we got a JRPG. Oh, well.
No,
Oh,
it was made
okay.
in the UK. It wasn't. That game was awful.
I have
hated
not
it.
yet played it. I have heard our previous co-host Brad, it is a favorite of his on the Xbox platform.
He's
even
wrong.
though he knows that
He's
it's...
I know it's an
wrong.
opinion, but he's wrong.
Yeah, well, it's no Drake and the 99 Dragons. Like,
Oh no.
who could
absolutely not.
surpass that
Okay,
quality?
my biggest gripe with this game, and I started like I played maybe a half hour of this game. I had to pause it because I had to go do something because I had things to do. I came back and I was dead because it didn't pause. It just went into super slow motion.
Wait, so that's why you hate the game? Because
I-
you tried to pause it and it didn't work.
And it didn't click with me. Like it was just that.
Did you
that's-
play? Wait, no. Did you play it after that point?
I think I played it for like 5 minutes. I was like, why did it kill me?
So 35 minutes if you check out. Just
Yes. When you have that bad of a main, just like, oh yeah, pausing? No.
in your
I assume the
collective
rest of your
in your
game is
col-
probably
in
not
your
great.
collective gaming history. How many hours have you wasted due to a corrupt save file? That was significantly more than 35 minutes.
Probably a lot.
You ask the good questions.
Yes.
I
Yes,
think,
you do.
I think your opinion is
Probably
wrong.
invalid. Yeah.
I wouldn't say wrong. I would just say maybe not as complete as someone who hasn't finished the game.
Yes, exactly.
But I think that criticism is valid where the game doesn't tell you that. It's not like Demon Souls and
Yeah.
Dark Souls where it's like, yo, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Anywho. Oh, man, I just went to sleep on me. And Army Men, Sarge's War for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube.
I wanted to put that down there because I had a hard time remembering the time when Army Men games were still coming out. And apparently that was 10 years ago. We still had some sort of deluge of Army Men games.
Yeah. I remember the original Army Men game being such an interesting concept. Like an RTS with the little Army Men.
Little
dudes,
plastic
the big
green dudes.
Yeah. Like the mortar looking dude, whatever it was. But I thought that was such a cool idea, and then it morphed into this weird thing.
Well, I think it's one of those things where you look at it and you instantly know what that game is going to be. You're like, oh, it's a strategy game, and you hear Army Men, and you say, oh, you play as the green guys, and you're like, I want to play that. Okay, I'm hoping that's good.
Yeah. I'm either the green guys or the off blue green guys.
Yeah,
or the tan guys.
And I feel like that.
The tan guys.
Yeah, I feel like that was such a great idea that somehow turned into like 30 games, and they're third-person shooters and first-person and. All these games, and I think after like the third one, everyone's like, "Okay, you can just stop." No, wait, there's 5 more. No, please stop. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm drowning in it.
It jumped the shark in almost the same way that Command and Conquer did after Westwood lost control of it.
Yeah,
because they did that nasty first-person shooter Renegade.
That game wasn't bad. That game wasn't bad. Defending that game.
I mean, it was cool running around and seeing the Hand of Nod and all the. And
it was not an RTS though.
I loved that part of that game, but it just seems so pointless for
like
that.
Like Tiberian Sun. Hey,
dude, I love CNC games, and I have never finished Tiberian Sun because I can't.
I liked Generals. Most people don't. You and I like Generals now.
Oh, Generals is great.
But no, a ton of people like Generals.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to not like that.
Well, because it wasn't GDI versus not.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially what it was.
Yeah.
And then, like, CNC 3 was just...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 was even worse, which I think I bought every one of those games, by the way.
Oh, I probably have to. Because you're like, ooh, it's the same as the Sonic cycle.
It's Command and Conquer. You have to you have to roll the dice.
You have to hope that it's good. You purchasing it will hopefully make it good.
Well, because Generals was really good.
Generals was really good.
Like I just keep going back to that, and all the dumb things we used to do, like loading up the Humvees with the rocket launcher dudes and the snipers.
Yep.
So literally, you park Humvees, like these loaded up Humvees, and these guys, like 5 of them, and they're just raining death on everything around them. Doesn't matter if someone was flying in a helicopter. It's a clown car with
bazookas.
It's exactly in the best way.
All right, let's move on to news stories. Surprisingly, unsurprisingly, Microsoft and Sony are both thinking about early access on consoles. It's sort of surprising. So Sony is primarily talking about. Adam Boyes came out to talk about it a little bit and saying, like, it's something we're talking about a lot. It's something we're thinking about a lot. But I was surprised to hear actually both of them come out front and say, we don't know how to message it. We don't know how to tell people you're not buying a finished game. Because a lot of times on Steam, that's still the problem. Where it says early access, it says alpha, there's all this stuff on the page, and people are like, hey, this game isn't done, I paid $10. It's like,
oh,
yes, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
You have figured it out. Congratulations. So, Sony is saying, like, we would have to figure out how we would make the technical requirements checklist. We'd have to make sure how to message it in the store. We'd have to figure that whole thing out. And surprisingly, on Microsoft's side, their rep came out and said, well, a lot of devs are asking for it. So we're trying to figure out how to meet their needs, but with the messaging and all that stuff. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing.
I don't think it is.
I mean, essentially, early access is just a paid beta.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, it's a paid pre-alpha.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like at some point, that's the idea itself is not bad because it's basically if you're so excited about this and you want to help us develop the game,
Yeah.
both monetarily and sort of bug reports and design and stuff like that, that's a great way for people to do that. But there's such a misunderstanding, and there's so many people that keep getting bitten by it through sheer misunderstanding of you're not buying a finished game. This game is nowhere near. This game is barely started. And
Yeah.
in the case of what was it, The Forest? No, it was one of those types of games that's very popular in Steam on early access. They just restarted the game. They started it back over. And everyone's like, "Oh, I can't believe they spent all this time and all this." Yeah, that's how games are.
Yeah.
Do you want to
That's
work
how
at
software
Blizzard?
is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we figured this out and we got 8 hours into it, and that guy over there was dumb. He told us to use this thing. We're not using that. That thing is terrible. So let's start back over.
Yeah.
It's like that's how making things goes. So I would worry opening up the early access floodgates to the wider populace that aren't on Steam and aren't really deep into PC gaming. I feel like that perception, that miscommunication, could possibly do more harm than it would good.
Yeah.
But it might work in the other way, that it happens enough that they'll understand what they're buying. 'Cause I think that's more of the problem. Like, they want to play the game that they've been looking forward to, but they don't understand that they're not buying a finished product.
Yeah.
I think that's a lesson that you need to be burned by before you understand it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of cases it's a lot of stuff like, oh, my friends are all playing this game called The Forest, and they want me to play. Okay, I guess I'll play it. Oh, it's not even done. What did I just spend my money on? It's like, well, yeah, I mean, you gotta do a little bit of research here. Like, we can't walk you through it. So Knobs, I think you're right on some level, because I feel like if Microsoft and Sony can figure out how to more softly approach this subject of early access, because I feel like Valve is very much a collection of engineers, where it's like, well, we put it on the page, why didn't you read it? And it's like, well, that's not.
Well, yeah, then it's buyer
not the
beware.
problem. Yeah, and I feel like if you could go to a console and you could go to an early access section and you can go to, there's a very clear red warning that says, hey, this game isn't done yet. You're participating in early access. Here's what this needs.
It's going to be like a warning label, like on a cigarette pack or something.
Totally, something like that.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, even that, like, a lot of people's gonna. It's like buying anything as is. I mean, It's exactly what it is. I mean, it's not finished. There could be problems with it. We don't know, but buy at your own risk.
Yeah. Next news story here: the Doom 4 reveal, now just called Doom.
Doom.
Thanks, guys.
Let's make it more confusing.
Yeah, the Doom.
The Doom.
The Doom.
So it's running on their new engine, id Tech 6.
They should have called it the Mega Doomer.
There you go. Ultra Doom.
Ultra Doom plus Alpha.
Coming to, of course, PC, but also current gen platforms. The double-barreled shotgun apparently shows up, so that's okay, along with the chainsaw. Yeah. The thing that I was kind of disappointed in, and I think I've been getting less upset about it the more I've been thinking about it, is that the majority of the news that's coming out of it is people talking about it after the reveal at QuakeCon, since they're not. Id has come forth and said, like, look, it's still really early. We don't have the confidence in being able to show it to a super large audience. That's why we had someone playing it in front of people at QuakeCon. I can respect that. That's fine. But everything I keep hearing about the game coming out of QuakeCon is, oh, there's so much gore and there's so many jibs and there's so much. You can rip these dudes' arms off and beat them with it, yeah. And it's sort of like, I don't care about that anymore. And I think I was originally really upset about it because it's like, well, I don't think that's what I want in Doom anymore. But then I thought, well, if you're gonna show it at QuakeCon, I guess you probably show the goriest, nastiest parts, because that's what that audience wants. If you showed like a story-based intro about why Mars is whatever, probably not going to do super well there.
Yeah.
But I think at some level, I'm just happy they're still making it.
Yeah.
I'm happy that's still a thing.
I don't know.
Doom still exists.
Yeah,
It's kind of it's cool, but like it feels weird to know that it's a Doom game without either Romero or Carmack.
I think that's going to be the part that's the most concerning, and I think if it fails, I don't want to say when, because I'm still hoping that it's going to be fun, if not good.
Yeah.
Is that I think if it fails, I think everyone's going to be like, well, those two dudes are gone, so... I was like, well,
So
sure, they were very much instrumental in the creation of the first two, probably much less the third one,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that someone can't make a good Doom game.
Oh yeah.
Someone
no.
made Dead Space. That's a pretty good Doom game.
That was a pretty good Doom game.
You know, like that's it. We can still make these games.
yes.
So I don't want to be. I've been really tiny soapbox time. Soapbox is like half an inch tall. I'm really sick of the internet about the gaming culture being so negative, where people are like, "Oh well, they didn't show Doom 4 to everyone, so it's gonna fail because it's bad." And it's
Yeah.
like that is such a huge leap of logic that I'm not even sure how you got there. Because the thing that broke my back this past week is so many outlets turning the... So Fred Durst went on Twitch to play Call of Duty. And if you watch the stream, like I did, he's a dude in his office playing Call of Duty. He's not Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit. He's a dude trying to figure out if his mic sounds okay and if his capture card is working fine. Because he likes Call of Duty.
Really?
Yeah, and people
That's
were
kind of
like,
cool.
Fred Durst is playing Call of Duty. Forgotten 90s band. It's like, no, he's
Yeah.
a dude. Like, are you going to come onto Twitch and make fun of me for playing Final Fantasy V? And be like, oh, Boston from failed podcast TVGP is playing Final like this moron. And it's just like, what? He's a dude. Like, he's as much of a dude as, like, as anybody
Every
else
other
that's
dude.
bought a
Yeah.
capture card and is like, hey, I just like Call of Duty. Do you want to play some Call of Duty with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try and figure this out. And who
Yeah,
wants
does
to
my
play?
mic sound okay?
You know what? You know what? Honestly, that kind of makes me like Fred Durst a little bit. That he actually put himself out there.
Well, it was,
to
Yeah.
do that.
it was kind of funny because, like, if you watch the stream, he's not like, yeah, I'm Fred, I got backwards baseball. And he's just like,
That's-
he's sitting
I
in
actually love that. I'm not gonna lie.
he,
Check out my head. Then
yeah, chicka chicka. And he's just like,
Yeah.
he's sitting in his office, like, dressed like a normal dude. And he's like, hey guys, I just I wanted to stream me playing Call of Duty. I really love Call of Duty. Here's my gamer tag. If you see me, I'd love to play something with you. And it's like, all right, man, cool. And all this,
Kill streak. He's rolling.
but like, so many people online and so many people were so ready to point the finger and laugh at him because he's online playing Call of Duty. And it's like, this is what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
You're probably playing the same thing that Fred Durst. And I don't care if he made that one song that you hate in the 90s or that one song you love in the 90s. Like, and you're seeing all these news stories on like Polygon and Kotaku and Joystick and Destructoid and like all these places pointing and laughing and being like, look at this dummy. And it's like, it's okay. Like, isn't this what it's supposed to be about? Like, isn't it supposed to be like Fred Durst is the dude who made fun of people playing video games? We can't do the same thing back to... That'd be like being 45 and your new boss is a dude who lifts weights. And you're like, well, I can't work for this dude because he's going to beat me up because he's a
He's a
jock.
sellout.
Yeah, and it's like...
No, it's the funniest thing. I mean, with I mean, we dealt with that all the time. Where, like, where we were in school, we were pretty much around like the alpha males of the entire campus,
Right.
when the guys we hung out with.
Yeah.
And the one common thread that we did, we always liked playing games together.
Yep.
And it
Yeah.
took down all those social barriers. Like, why do you want to throw those up in reverse?
Yeah, it's funny 'cause, like,
Welcome him to the fold.
it was
I mean,
funny because
yeah.
like you and I especially when I was younger looked like what most people would consider a stereotypical D&D gaming nerd. Knobs, of course, doesn't. He's quite a bit larger than I am. And
Well, I look like it's a typical jock. I mean,
Yes.
I cannot shake that no matter how long my hair
And
is.
Knobs and I would play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for hours on end every day with the football team.
Yep.
So I feel like I feel like most people have had that experience where it's sort of like, oh, the jock in your school, he's sitting there like collecting magic cards. And it's sort of like, what? You have one of those experiences and you're like, oh, okay, we all like this stuff.
Hey, we're
Okay.
human beings. We can like stupid stuff.
It's crazy that Fred Durst may be a human being.
Yeah.
Just,
To be
Maybe.
fair, that is a little crazy.
Easy there, hot dog flavored water.
if,
Put on the
we were in
Haterade.
if we were in the late 90s, early 20s, this would probably be a very different thing.
Very different
because,
conversation. Yes.
That was a special time, but seeing a normal dude in his office playing Call of Duty online for a couple hours, that's what we're all doing.
Yep.
Let's get a celebrity stream thing going. Let's get Vanilla Ice in there. Let's get John Davis from Korn.
Have you seen, by the way, has
and
anyone,
Chino from the Deftones.
there you go. Has anyone seen Vanilla Ice's Home Improvement show?
No, I've heard about
I've
It's
seen clips.
actually pretty good.
it. Nice.
That dude knows how to branch out what he does.
That's awesome.
But yeah, like this week I was just like, you know what? Maybe we should just firebomb this culture, and just like start gaming culture back over. We'll all start on the same ground, and let's just stop being the worst. Maybe for like 5 minutes. Can we just be cool?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can you
That's
just
all
be
it is.
cool
That's
just once?
all it has to be. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, there are the dregs of the gaming society that are just as bad as the alpha male football d-bags.
Yep.
Like,
And there's the dregs of any society and any group ever. There's always gonna
right,
be that
in any
one
clique.
those dudes that are like, just don't go over there. They're like way too hardcore about it. Like someone missed a comma in a subtitle in a Marvel movie and they destroyed Guardians of the Galaxy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
don't even.
Like,
These people are crazy. But come on.
like you want to grip me down on the font style I choose? Whatever, Helvetica 33A. Like, it doesn't really matter.
My favorite font. All right. Well, let's get off the soapbox here. We've gotten ourselves riled up enough.
That was fun.
Yeah. Let's talk about Xbox One's August update. Actually, some interesting things coming here. Buy, download, and install games and DLC from your smartphone if it's running Smart Glass.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I like it. Sony, feel free to do that too.
yeah, that'd be great if your mobile app wasn't less
worst.
than stellar. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fantastic.
3D Blu-ray support, which was surprised to see. They actually beat Sony to the market on that one too.
That's not okay.
That's
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Surprising as Sony, one of the main people on the group of companies that made the Blu-ray.
Hey, remember when the Xbox 360 had an HD DVD drive?
It would only be better if Zenith beat him to the punch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Low battery notification, which great because
I thought they already had that.
no. Remember when the Xbox One launched and they had no battery notification? Now they have. You can
No,
see
I-
the level, and now when the August update comes out, it will let you know when the battery is. It'll like pop up a message on screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just noticed if my controller disconnects for 1 second, that's when I know my batteries are done.
Yeah. Now they will
Like
actually
it
say,
was more of a
"Yo, your batteries are low."
cool. I can read that on the screen. I feel better.
Yep. Better activity feed. Apparently, it's longer now. I don't
Cool.
know what that means. And something that I think is really actually interesting, and I would kind of like to see Sony steal this too, a monthly gamer score leaderboard. So every month you can go and look at, like, oh, here's what all you and all of your friends got gamer score wise across all of your games for the month of July.
That's kind of cool.
I think that's
That'd
kind
be-
of neat.
That's
the
really.
first-
I wish they had that back in the day when we gave a crap about it.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
was gonna say.
I kind of don't care about gamer score anymore. I kind of don't care about trophies anymore either, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that's kind of cool where it's sort of like, oh, you were top dog this month. You gained 8,000 gamer score.
Good
Go
job. You did some
outside.
work this week.
Yeah.
You put your hours in.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's kind of cool. I'm happy to see Microsoft taking a much more aggressive approach about patching their platform because
Mm-hmm.
for the 360 they did kind of their famous twice a year big updates, and this time around they're just doing smaller monthly updates that are focused on, it seems like primarily now, just kind of quality of life stuff where it's just like, yeah, we'll let you know when your controller is low. Yay. It's one of those things where
you get the haters being like, "Hey, why wasn't there that to begin with?"
I don't know, because consoles are complicated to make.
Yeah.
That's probably why. Like, and it's funny because you read that in a bullet point and you're like, oh, well, lame, okay. But then you use it and you're like, okay, yeah, that's kind of pretty important. So, good for them. Next news story here, Hearthstone expansion is nearly here. The first wing of the expansion. So, for anyone maybe that hasn't heard about it, it's the Curse of Naxxramas. It is a 5-wing PvE kind of single player dungeon that they're making. The first wing opens up on the 22nd and is free for the launch event, however long that is. And the 4 other wings will open up at regular points along the way, and you can unlock each one for $7 or 700 in-game gold each.
Ooh.
Which is actually, if you're playing Hearthstone regularly, you probably have a ton of gold. So that it's kind of nice that they're just saying like, yeah, either continuing that sort of free-to-play thing smartly, where they're saying like, hey man, you want to spend like 20-something bucks, you can get the whole thing, or
Nice.
just keep playing the game. You as always don't have to give us a red cent at all throughout this entire thing. So good for them. 2 thumbs up, Blizzard. Bing bing.
Well done.
Microsoft. South Park the Hannah over there. Oh, well done. Thank you, Terrence. Microsoft, unfortunately, laying off an insane amount of employees.
Yeah, that's
a
a big
number
number.
that is still very hard to wrap my brain around. 18,000. I did not miss a decimal point there. They're laying off 18,000 employees. To be fair, they're laying
It's
off...
worldwide, right?
It's worldwide, and almost 13,000 of them are from Nokia, which they purchased in April, which will leave Nokia with half the number of employees that they had previously. But their new CEO is coming in, and he is just cleaning house. Like, if you want to do the old stuff, if you want to make the stuff that was making us lose money and being the laughing stock of the industry, you need to get to stepping. Surprisingly, the one division that they just completely cut out is the Xbox Entertainment division. This is the division that they announced at E3 2013 that was making like the Halo TV series. They were going to start making original programming and original movies for the Xbox platform. They let that entire team go. Or are going to let that entire team go.
How bad did that have to be for them to do that?
So what's interesting is it seems like there were about 200 people working on that team. So in the grand scheme of Microsoft, that's a very small team. But I think I don't want to come off as crass. It's terrible to hear people lose their jobs. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think when you look at the Xbox division, and I think when you look at the Xbox One as a platform, continuing the 360 continues to be incredibly successful. And we'll talk about it now. The next news story is that Xbox One sales double after the Kinect removal. So
yeah, they did.
I will go on the show and say I was wrong. But so I think when you look at the new head of the Xbox division, you look at Microsoft having a new CEO, I think with the Xbox One not landing as well as the PS4 did out of the gate, when it's so important to get the core gamers and the really passionate gamers behind it, I think when you look at that and you say, okay, we need to refine the Xbox One process and the Xbox division. What are you guys doing? And they're like, we're making movies. And they say, get out.
Yeah.
Like, not even to be
Yeah.
mean. That's not
Stop.
going to make money.
Pack your box, get out.
Yeah,
Like,
there's no way that in the anywhere near term that part of the Xbox division can make any money. I mean, I've been struggling to think about it since they announced it. It's like, man, why did they? You could have had the Halo TV. Well, you could have had the Gears move. You could have had. No.
well, no.
guess not.
I mean, if anything else, I mean, it was fan service. That's all
Yeah.
that they were doing was just like fan service that could have been cool, but also could have been equally a disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about a direct-to-console Halo TV series, who cares? That stuff's going to be on the Pirate Bay in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You're not making your money there. You're making your money out of games that are very hard to pirate on these platforms. You're not making your money out of TV. You're not making your money out of movies. And that's not what that company does anyway. If Sony comes in and says, oh yeah, we're going to make TV shows and movies, yeah, you're already set up to do that. You make
Yeah,
movies.
great. Here comes Uncharted the musical. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like,
who cares? Off Broadway, Uncharted. So I
Nathan Drake brought to you by Steve Bloom. Like, it'd be
Yeah.
dumb.
Or Nathan Lane.
I would
Nathan
watch
Lane
that.
would be awesome.
Oh my god!
That would be the best.
That needs to happen now.
Holy crap!
Who would play Sully? Who would play
Who
Sully?
cares? Nathan Lane's in it.
Nathan Lane. Oh, why are these helicopters coming after me? Like,
Oh my god! I lost my train of thought here. Holy crap!
I must pet the blue ox.
Yeah. These mirror light puzzles.
Oh, the climbing is excruciating.
All right. Well, I don't remember what I was gonna say before that. So let's move on to tweets here. Many Derek writes in, says, "Sell me on the Vita. I like the
It's
idea,
awesome.
but I don't get crossplay. How does it work? You have to buy the game 2 times. Do you use it enough? So let's break this down because there's 4 things.
Yes.
There's remote play, which is
Yes.
you play the stuff that's on your PS4.
And like the 2 things that it works with on PS3.
Yes.
Yeah. One of which is Tokyo Jungle, to be fair.
That's true. There's a couple of late game things.
Yeah.
There is cross buy, which means you buy it on one platform and you have it for 2 or 3.
Yeah.
You have cross save, which means I can play it on my PS3, upload my save to the cloud. I can play that same save on the Vita. And then there's cross play, which our tweeter is writing about, which is if you're on the Vita playing multiplayer, you play against people that are playing on the PS4
Yes.
or PS3 or smartphones or whatever. If you really want to look at one of these, cross buy is the one you really want. If you have multiple platforms. If you don't have multiple Sony platforms and you're looking to get the Vita, you better have a really long list of games that you want to play.
Yeah.
Because it becomes hard to sell that out of hat, admittedly. As much as
It
I love it.
does. Same here. It's sort of hard to... And I know a lot of people are looking at the Vita and going, well, where are all the games? Where are all the big games? And it's like, well, if you're buying a Vita for the big AAA games, then you're buying the wrong system.
You buy a
Right.
PS4 for that.
Yes. And
Watch
honestly...
Dogs doesn't have a Vita version. Like,
No.
that's what the Vita is.
Yeah. So my biggest argument for the Vita now, if there's a bunch of little games on there, if you can name, I would say 5 to 10 games that are on the Vita that you think you would like to have on the go,
Yep.
buy it. If you have a PS4, just get one. You're gonna get one eventually.
Yeah.
They're eventually going to knock the price down on that thing to the point where everyone with a PS4 is going to go, yeah, you know what, I'll just pick up a Vita.
Yeah, for $100. You know, I think for me the biggest selling point personally is, do you have a family and not enough TVs and you like games? Pick up a Vita. You know, like it's remote play when you can get it configured to your network correctly. it will take a little bit of work, and it will take a little bit of back and forth. Like, it's not like the Wii U gamepad where you plug it in. Oh, hey, it works perfect. When you can get it to work really well, it legitimately does work very well for the majority of games. Watch Dogs is an exception because of the weird control scheme, and you're going to run into that a little bit.
Yep.
But to me, being able to just... Everybody's on the couch watching TV, and I'm over here playing Watch Dogs. Like, that's pretty
cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's the future.
I gotta see if that works with Destiny right now.
It does.
Ooh, sweet.
Yep.
Cool. I know what I'm doing tonight.
But for me personally, because I don't sport, I don't do any cross-play or cross-buy anything. The hardware is so impressive.
Yep.
It really is.
And to be fair, I have not gotten a hand on the Vita 2000. I've heard it's fine.
It's really nice, actually. My brother-in-law has one.
Okay, there you go. Vita Viking approved.
Yeah, it's lighter, so if you're like me and you kind of like your electronics to have some heft to them, to have some, like, substance to them. Yeah. I don't know. I'm weird like that. Like, the PSP 3000 bothers me a lot because it's not the 1000. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to snap it in half every time I play.
Yeah.
The 1000 was ridiculously cool.
It was.
So I feel like if you're looking at the Vita and you're thinking about possibly purchasing a Vita and you have a long list of games that you're interested in, I think for me, the hardware and the experience of it is good enough to just get it at that point. If you have a PS4 and remote play sounds at least interesting on any level, I think you probably should pick it up.
Yep.
And our last tweet here comes from For the Love of Gaming. Do you think Blizzard will ever bring WoW to consoles? Blizzard seems to be happy with Diablo so far, but WoW is a different beast. I do not think so. I think my harebrained idea that is this has no founding whatsoever, is that I think the only reason that they're putting Diablo out on consoles is to figure out if Titan is a good fit for consoles. I feel like it's very much like a beta test of like, hey, can we just get something running? Oh, this works well enough and you can control it. People seem to like it, so sure, why not? I think if you bring WoW to consoles, I feel like the beast, to use this person's language, that WoW is so huge and so like add-on focused and keyboard and mouse focused and all this. It is that I think you'd have to significantly rework that game to get it to work on consoles. Yeah. And then at that point, you're not going to be playing with the PC people because it's just like a different. It's a different game. So I mean, I think it would be interesting. I think the bigger question is, when is someone going to figure out an MMO on consoles?
I think Destiny's close.
I think Destiny's close, but there's no monthly fee. There's no like regular expansion packs or big patch notes for all this. There might be for, patch notes and expansions and stuff like that. I believe there is a season pass for it. Okay. If there isn't, they're probably doing something wrong. But when are we gonna get like Phantasy Star Online 2? That. That's not even in the West yet. Nevertheless, on consoles. When are we gonna get the type of MMO that people think of when they think about WoW? I wonder if consoles aren't really the right home for that in general anyway.
Final Fantasy 14.
That's true. 11 and 14 have both done really well.
Yeah, I remember 11, the people that had that on PS2 really loved it.
Yeah. And you were playing with the PC people. It's the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, God. Did you ever see that monster controller for 11 that you could slap a keyboard in the middle of?
Yeah.
That thing was insane.
I've always wanted one of those, but I've never found a good one for...
I have the keyboard for it, actually. I don't have the controller, but I have the keyboard that fits right in.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love... I've been focusing on things that I want to add to my collection. And I love those sort of super stupid things.
Yeah.
Where it's just
Yep.
like, here's a keyboard that has 2 controller halves on it, and I'm holding it like my wingspan apart.
Yeah.
Like, who did this?
I think that was Sony
Oh,
license.
I think so.
I
Either
love dumb
Logitech.
peripherals.
Logitech made it.
Oh, Logitech did. That makes sense. Yeah, I love dumb peripherals. Like, why, like that controller? At some point, I still want to purchase those
Steel Battalion?
No, those airflow controllers. Steel Battalion,
Oh,
that'll come
yeah.
eventually. But the ones that, like, for 360 that had the fans in the controller grips,
Yeah.
so they
Yeah.
cool your hands while you're playing. I'm just sort of like, great. Like, that's dumb. Why don't I have one?
It is like you see. I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And then you realize it's not wireless, and you're like, "Ugh."
Yeah, I'm good.
But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with anything else like that, like the Saytech flight simulator sticks. Like
Yeah.
those things are just so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd never use them. But I want one
No,
like
I wouldn't
sitting on
either.
my desk.
Like I want that big throttle thing. Like,
Yeah, I just want to be like, all it does is turn my volume up and down on my computer.
Hey,
Or it just shuts down your machine and it just boo.
it just power down.
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh wait, it's going to take 20 minutes to boot up again.
Yeah, oh crap. No, I got an SSD. Pfft,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's like 8 seconds, and you're like, "Why is this taking so long?"
Yeah, oh my god, is it patching? What's happening?
Like I don't get this.
Alright, well that's all of our emails and tweets this week. I'm gonna go play some Destiny, hopefully.
Yeah.
If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Email us, tvgpfans@gmail.com. Robopig, where are you? Tweet us at tvgp. And everything else is on the right-hand side of the page.
And don't forget to join the forums. Mark yourselves on the map because we love looking at maps.
Whoa, whoa.
So do the dogs.
Dogs love maps. Everybody knows this.
Apparently. Yeah. The maps will find their way to you. Whatever.
Yeah.
You guys want to go for a walk? Probably should have said that. Monday Night Game Night, BF4 on the Xbox One. Probably can talk into other stuff too if you're persuasive enough. And then Thursday Night Game Night on Steam.
Yep.
Steam Game Nights Thursday nights at 10 p.m. EST.
Yep, Jay-Z needs your help for Steam Game Night, so contact
Yes, he
him on
does.
Steam.
Yes. And I'm going to put up the new poll for TVGP Game Club this week. For the next game, we're gonna try and get the recap scheduled as soon as humanly possible. Some stuff
Wait,
is
Hannah,
coming
we already decided that. It's Saints Row the Third.
Miss an episode,
Well-
that's what happens.
Oh boy! All right, I guess I'll have to add that into the running. So that poll will go up sometime this week. Work's just been sort of crazy for me, so timing is all sorts of off. And I will post in the forum a couple days before we end up doing the recap podcast for Brutal Legend. So keep an eye there. I'll probably put it out on Twitter and on Reddit and all that stuff too. So
Yep.
that is coming. We will get that scheduled as soon as we can.
And don't forget to watch our live stream, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network. All of our episodes are archived there as long as I remember to click the Save Forever button. If I don't, they're always uploaded to our YouTube channel. Just search for TVGP on there. You'll find someone.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's us. All right.
If it's not, let us
We'll
know.
see.
Yeah.
It'll be some Argentinian singer or whatever his
Yeah.
name is.
Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you all next week.
Laters.
Peace.
All right. I only have one title, and that is the BFR.
Yeah, I got that too. All right.
I think that stands for the Battlefield Rage.
Field
It
Rage.
does.
Yeah.
Yep, it does. So I've got the Salt Mines, the Battlefield Rage, BFR, the Condition, Straight Out BAP, which is something Boston said at one point. Maybe I like wearing capes.
And maybe I do. What are you going to do about it?
My answer is the mute button, Evil Super D, Clown Car with Bazookas, the Doom, Tiny Soapbox, Whatever Helvetica, and Uncharted the Musical.
So I like...
Yeah, I would have to say we were pretty on this week.
Yeah. I have to say, I like Uncharted the Musical,
I'm a big
Yes.
fan of Uncharted the Musical.
and I also like Tiny Super D.
Or Evil Super D
Evil
or
Super
Tiny
D.
Soapbox?
Evil Super D. I really like Uncharted the musical.
All right, I think we have to pick that one.
Yeah.
This is Nathan Lane. I can visualize the whole thing in my head. It's so
He's just
great.
wearing a hat for some reason.
I'm just seeing his character from Modern Family, Pepper Saltzman.
Yes,
No.
which is the best name ever, by the way.
Yeah,
No, yeah, that's a great one. But no, I picture him from the Birdcage.
it's the same character.
I
It pretty
know.
much is.
All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1.
Maybe try that one again.
Ha, hoo ha, hoo ha. All right, take 2. 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 352 for July 21st, 2014. Uncharted, the musical.
From parts unknown.
All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We're too tired to keep doing this. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Bye.